What's up, guys? This is Brave, and I'm back with another review of The Real Housewives of Potomac. This is Season 7, Episode 16, and the episode is titled The Naked Truth. Let's jump right on in. I don't really care about the montage at the beginning. Let's just jump into the meat and potatoes. Y'all, we see Robin. Now, she is about to go wedding dress shopping, and of course she invited Ashley and Giselle there. But here's the thing. In her confessional, she was like, oh my gosh, there's so much to plan for a 2-person wedding. I said, girl, who else is getting married? Of course it's only 2 people. And then the fact that she started listing all these things, and I'm like, again, like I said in my last review, girl, what are you planning? What is there to plan for you? Because last time I checked, it's you, Juan, and the 2 boys. You don't need flowers like that. You don't need seats and chairs. You don't really need a cake. You don't need anything, to be honest. All you need is those 4 people dressed nicely. You find you an officiant, and y'all can get married in a hotel room. Y'all can get married at the beach. Y'all can get married on the corner for all I care. But I don't understand why she's trying to make us feel like she really got all of this to do when she could really just go ahead and go to the courthouse. Like, girl, it's bad enough that you're about to piggyback off of somebody else's wedding that you're going to be attending in Jamaica, talking about the next day. That's when you and Juan go get married. Like, girl, you really don't have to do that much. Nonetheless, she want to go try on dresses or whatever, and Giselle and Ashley get there. So, of course, Ashley has got to start spreading the gossip. If she don't do nothing this season, she is going to run tell that, okay? Baby girl has been the gift of gab this season, just running back and forth trying to tell people what's been going on. So Giselle is trying to figure out who did what. She's like, did you and Candace kiss? Did you and Wendy kiss? And Ashley is like, nah, it had nothing to do with me, but it was definitely some other people doing some things when we went out that last night. Alright, so Mia basically took a liking to Wendy's Aristocat, and Giselle is like, well, how does she see her Aristocat? So Ashley kind of avoids that question. Is like, well, she just took a liking to her, and she likes her physique. She likes Wendy or whatever. And when Giselle asked her, so how did Wendy respond? According to Ashley, she was intrigued. So now Giselle wants to have a conversation with Mia so that way she can find out more, because according to Ashley, they left together at the end of the night. Now, I will say this. I don't know what happens when these ladies go on these girl trips, because these ladies, they all seem to get extremely sexual when they go on these trips. We've seen it in Potomac now. Of course, we saw it in Atlanta. Like, they be wilding out. Is that what ladies do? Is that what the girls do nowadays when they're going on these trips with their friends? Let me know in the comments. So, at one point, Ashley says that she has to leave. Basically, she dropped the tea and she has to go pick up them kids of hers. So, that leaves just Giselle with Robin. Oh, by the way, Robin is trying on dresses. I will say the first dress looked the best on her. That second one was a no for me. And the third one, it was alright. I think she needs to go with the first dress. But we will see what she actually wore, because according to her and Bravo, we're going to see clips of the wedding on the last episode of the season. So Giselle, she ends up, talking to Robin about the fact that, why am I here and your mom isn't here? And she is like, oh, because I haven't told her yet. Y'all, I feel like there has to be some strange reason why Robin is moving the way that she is. Like, is there a tax issue about to happen? Is somebody about to go to jail? What is going on? Because just when you was talking to the kids, you made it seem like you already let the grandparents know that they weren't coming to the wedding. So the fact that you haven't told your mom that you're going to go get married to this man who she already knows. The man been in the family for decades at this point. It's strange. It's extremely weird. Like, are you planning on just going to Jamaica, taking the boys, and you guys are just going to get married and then come back and be like, hey y'all, we got married when we were in Jamaica? That's weirdo behavior. Alright, so Giselle brings up this bachelorette party, or should I say this nice upscale dinner that serves steak and lobster and happens to have strippers. I'm like, so are you going to Mia's old job? Is that where you plan on going? So Giselle ends up asking Robin, is there anybody that she doesn't want invited? So of course she says the Grand Dame, Karen Huger, and Wendy, because she felt like Wendy was laughing at her at that table and nothing was funny. So let's jump on over to Candace. She's at home over there burning bagels, and I'm trying to figure out why she still have those stupid cutouts in her house. Like, girl, if you don't put them in a garage somewhere. So her and Chris, they go outside and they talk about what's going on with her project. So the video, it's done, and they're going to have a party that shows the video off. And she's also going to be revealing her album cover because she's re-releasing her previous album, Deep Space. This is going to be the deluxe edition. And I'm like, you know what? I like that Candace does have her music thing going. Like, I haven't listened to Deep Space, I'm going to be honest. But I like that she has another outlet because, let's be honest, she could just be a housewife and stir up mess. Like, I will say that she's using the platform that she has to venture out and see where it can take her. So Chris, he ends up asking her, how was the trip? And her response is that the old ladies were fighting. That perfectly sums it up, okay? So of course she lets him know about Juan cheating on Robin with the woman in Georgetown, how Karen is the one who brought that up, as well as she told him about how Karen was supposedly creeping around with Blue Eyes. So that wraps up the trip talk. Chris says that he is actually happy that all this stuff, as far as like the album stuff, is about to be done because now she's done with school and she can actually focus on the IVF because they're going to do another round. I think that that's really great that she's going to be able to focus on solely trying to, have her eggs, be able to be fully processed so that way she can get them frozen. I really hope that this time it works for Candace because we can really see that she has changed a lot since when we first met her, and I would love to see her have a child. By the way, at the same time that they're talking, we have Wendy and Karen, they're meeting up for lunch. And basically, Karen says she's not about to address this whole blue eye situation, especially after Robin wouldn't even show her the picture. And when the producers asked Wendy, can she confirm if that was Karen in the photo, she was like, well, Robin didn't show it to me, so no, I can't confirm anything. Which, they played it back, and Robin definitely did not show Wendy. So when it comes down to this phone call that they got from Ashley, so first things first, you already know she's asking, oh, what y'all doing? What y'all talking about? And Karen is like, they were talking about Mexico and how she feels like Robin has misplaced anger. And I'm just like, yeah, she definitely does have some misplaced anger, but not in this instant. I just feel like Robin is probably jealous of the fact that Karen is a fan favorite. You know what I'm saying? Giselle is definitely jealous of the fact that Karen is a fan favorite. Like, I think people like Giselle because she's messy, but they don't really like her because they know she's a mean girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like there's people who like or tolerate Giselle because she's messy and she keeps the mess going on the show, but they don't really like her. And we for sure don't like following Robin. So when it comes to Karen took the place as the Grand Dame. And then when you bring in the Charisse element, I feel like they think that because Charisse got all of the ladies together, that she should be the one who's reaping the benefits as the Grand Dame and being the one that everybody loves. But girl, that ain't never gonna happen. So, of course, Ashley has to go ahead, tell everybody what's going on. being a bone collector, she's like, well, you guys know that Giselle sent out an invite for a bachelorette party for Robin, and you two noticeably were not on there. Now, Wendy is like, well, what's the issue between me and Robin? Because at the end of the day, I thought we were moving forward. And I'm just like, Wendy, I don't know why you think that you're moving forward with Robin. You should not even want to be friends with Robin at this point. There's no point. I feel like you've apologized when you shouldn't have. You've basically been like, Robin, I really want to be your friend. You don't need to be her friend. I just need for it to be Karen, Wendy, Candace, and that's pretty much it. Honestly, maybe if they bring Jacqueline in or something, just let that be the four. Stick with them people. Because at the end of the day, Mia gonna do you wrong. Giselle and Ashley and Robin for sure gonna do you wrong. And they flip-flop on you every time. Alright, so we see Giselle. She's going over to Mia's house. And one thing that she said that stood out to me was the fact that she's like, oh, I love these hardwood floors. Did you guys put them in? And Mia is like, yeah. And I'm like, wait a second. You mean to tell me that you're renting this place and y'all changed the floors? What the hell? I'm sorry. Who rents a place and then you decide you gonna change up the floors? Do you know how much a floor costs? To put flooring in that big old house, that's a couple $1,000s. And not a few, a lot of thousands of dollars. And you mean to tell me that you and G pay for that while y'all paying rent on this place and you don't own it? Who does that? Let's just go ahead and move on. Now we have Giselle trying to get to the bottom of what happened between Mia and Wendy. And then we also get the flashback of her putting 20 on 10 when she told Robin what happened. Because she was definitely adding on things that is not what Ashley told her. So now you have Giselle asking Mia, like, so what really went down? Now Mia is like, oh, well, Wendy, she just kind of showed it to me. She showed me her Aristocat and she just kind of like busted wide open. And I'm just like, now if I can recall, I thought that it was that the girls didn't have on any underwear and everybody kind of pranced around showing off the Aristocats. Maybe I'm tripping. But according to Mia, now we flipped it that Wendy was extremely interested in her and she wanted Mia. And now I'm like, Wendy, I'm going to need to know your side of the story because I know there are definitely going to be some lies mixed in with whatever Mia got to talk about. So we actually get a little update on Mia and Jacqueline and their lack of a friendship. So nothing has changed. Mia is standing on the grounds that she do not want to be Jacqueline's friend. She says that Jacqueline called her, tried to meet up and talk, and Mia shut it down. I'm just like, Jackie, let it go. Please let Mia go as a friend, because at this point, nothing's good is going to come out of that. She's already showed you her hand. She has already showed you that she will throw you under the bus in a heartbeat in front of some new girls that don't even really like her. Alright, now let's go ahead and get to this scene where we see Wendy doing her thing. She's going to be on CNN and she's talking about Roe v. Wade and what that means. And I'm just like, I love to see Wendy in her element. I love it. Like, she is a great commentator. I love that we get to see this on the show because y'all already know a lot of times with these shows, you don't really get to see what the girls are actually doing in their real life. You only see, the messiness. So the girls who are going to be at Robin's bachelorette, they were getting ready to leave in a party bus so that way they can have a great time at this bachelorette party. Now, the funny part is the fact that Mia and Ashley had on the same outfit, but it was definitely worn two different ways because we already know Mia has the bald Instagram body, the BBL, the big boobs, all of that, while you have Ashley with the natural body. And I can't lie, for me, I liked it on Ashley a little bit better, to be honest. Now here comes Charisse with this ugly dress on. And you know what I've accepted about Charisse? Sharice has no taste at all, and she doesn't dress for her body type. Like, why are you dressing like that one third grade teacher who don't really know how to dress on the weekends, but somebody invites her out, and you just like, girl, is that what you gonna wear? You know what it's giving? Janine. If y'all ever seen Abbott Elementary, I feel like Sharice is giving big Janine energy. Alright, so Robin finally arrives and she has on this green dress. I'm going to assume that she wore it because it brings out the green in her eyes. It was not my favorite dress for Robin, but we going to let that rock. Now, the girls are super excited when she gets on the bus. You have Mia shooting money out. You have Ashley tying a veil on her. And, what's her name? Giselle ended up putting a crown on her head. Now, here goes the confessional where Sharice is like, I should have been the one who's giving Robin this bachelorette party because I've been friends with her for all these years. I understand Giselle being here, a part of it, but why is Mia here when she just met her 5 minutes ago? And I'm like, well, I'll tell you why. Because Mia is a cast member. She's a actual champagne glass holder, and you're not. So we actually check in with Karen to see what she got going on, and she's actually having a meeting about her 3-wick, or should I say her 4-wick candle line that she has going that's going to be limited edition. She says that she's going to be purchasing, 8,000 more candles, and she wrote a $10,000 check to get the ball rolling. I said, look at you trying to make boss moves on camera. I see you, Karen. Now, I did laugh when she told Ray to get the camera out so she could take some photos. I said, Karen, cut it out. Talking about I would rather be doing this than wiggling around on a pole. Now, let's jump back over to the ladies because they are talking about what happened in Mexico. And we find out, according to Sharice, that they were kissing as far as Mia and Wendy goes. And Wendy ended up touching Mia's Aristocat, but let's not to get it twisted though, because Ashley made sure to throw in the fact that Wendy wasn't the only one doing some touching, because Mia was rubbing up all over Wendy's boobs. I said, oh, they was getting real touchy-feely. And it's crazy to me how Mia is really spinning this as if Wendy is the one who needs to get like some type of self-control because she had to shut it down. It's like, girl, goodbye. So we see the ladies, they actually go into the club or whatever. And I will say this. I have never been to a club and saw a shower head and a girl dancing in a shower. Never seen that before. But one thing that I will say is that you can definitely tell who has been in a strip club and who hasn't, because Giselle, she ain't been in a strip club. You can't tell me that she's been in a strip club before. She didn't know where to put the money. She didn't know what she was doing. Yeah. And then the fact that Robin was like, she's been to a strip club a while before. And I'm just like, so you were able to afford to tip? Was this before when he had money, or was this after when he didn't have no money? I'm just curious. Now, here goes Sharice being nosy out of nowhere, asking Ashley what's going on with her and Michael. Like, girl, you know how many episodes we've been going by not having to hear about that man? Could you let us live as viewers? But you have Ashley going on about how, she felt bad that when she was dating, at least trying to date other people, he told her that he wasn't dating anybody. So she cut that out because she felt bad about it. And also she said that they've been nice to each other. But baby, here comes Candace in the clutch to be like, well, girl, he was definitely at my man's restaurant with a whole nother chick. So you need to go ahead and do your thing. And I feel like in that moment, Ashley was like, dang, I keep playing myself when it comes to this man. Because every time he tells her one thing, she believes it. And it's something else. Because he just be lying left and right to her. Ashley does deserve better. Ashley deserves to take that man for what she can take him for. And she deserves to move on with her life. Because if we really want to be honest, she was super young when she got with that man. She was in her 20s. And I feel like now that she's in her 30s, she has children, her life has completely changed. Ashley has grown up and she's realized that this man has definitely manipulated her in the past. And it's time for her to break free. But she knows that if she breaks free, her life is unpredictable. She doesn't know where she's going to end up or anything like that, especially when you think of Ashley's background and how her mother is. No offense, but the way she was raised, she knows that Michael technically was a good thing in the beginning, but now that we've grown up a little bit, it wasn't the best decision. So now we have Sharice. She wants to talk about Karen, of course, because according to her, Karen has an issue with her. And I'm like, could you just accept the fact that that lady don't want to be your friend? And let's move on, please. So Sharice lets us know that the last time that she was at a club, Karen was there with her. And then Karen went MIA. Now, Sharice goes on to say that Karen is known around Potomac as a person who will get drunk and sleep with any man who comes her way. And according to Sharice, Karen was messing around with a worker in a bathroom. Now, I will say that Giselle didn't really chime in that much, which let me know that she already knew this information, and they were bringing Sharice onto the show so that she could say it. Because at this point, I'm looking at Sharice, and I'm like, well, you seem like you've been tipsy right now while you're spreading this gossip. Now, it sounds like a couple other ladies have heard things about Karen over the years. Ashley said that she's never heard anything to that extent. But Ashley, she does say that she thought that Karen was a bit too affectionate with her driver, Blue Eyes. Now, according to Giselle, she said that basically Blue Eyes works at a hotel, and the thing about Karen is that her license got taken, and Ray and the guy be having to drive her around. And I'm like, well, what year was that? Because I feel like we've seen Karen definitely drive places. So when did her license get taken? Also, according to Giselle, Ray knows everything that's going on with Karen and how Karen just out here in these streets, I guess. Now, I can't lie. I feel like Giselle is a woman of a certain age. And if she is really out here in these streets the way they are describing it, it's like, girl, you kind of old to be doing that. So I'm kind of giving this whole situation a side eye. And that was pretty much where the episode wrapped up, because the girls just danced, had a good time for Robin's bachelorette party. And according to Giselle, it was a success. Alright, and that was the episode. Next week, that is going to be our season finale episode, and then we're going to have the reunion. So, let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Bye, guys.